former Yusek Cathy Cabral is very central to our investigation, and we need to preserve the integrity of all the information that she may have held while she was alive, and especially when she was the Yusek of DPWH. She has a list of these proponents and the projects. No? So this was a subject of an inquiry that was conducted by the Office of the Ombudsman. I'm still getting a report, but she was invited to the office for questioning a few days ago. She was a very rich source of information with regards to who inserted certain projects which turned out to be ghost projects.
Okay. Sir, can you just get, ano po yung balak ngayon ng Ombudsman regarding nga po dito sa pagkamatay ni Undersecretary Cabral?
Of course, we were shocked by the development and the news that was reported last night. No, the Ombudsman's main thrust is really to get this investigation still going despite any developments of this nature. Pero ang unang gagawin ho ng, we've coordinated with several agencies and departments to first confirm the identity of the body found in Benguet. Kailangan muna natin alamin kung siya ba talaga yon. Not for anything, it's really just to make sure and to be certain that there is no other theory that may develop out of this. No? So, naninigurado lang talaga muna tayo. After we are able to ascertain the identity through the different agencies and departments that are assigned to this, we want to have a hold and take custody of the cell phones and other gadgets of former Yusek Cathy Cabral. And obviously, the reason for this is quite obvious dahil gusto natin malaman kung sino-sino po ang kausap niya before this had happened, to see if there's anything in relation to our investigation here with regards to the flood control investigations. We know that former Yusek Cathy Cabral is very central to our investigation, and we need to preserve the integrity of all the information that she may have held while she was alive, and especially when she was the Yusek of DPWH. There are several information that have reached us, several reports that have reached us, that she has a list of these proponents and the projects. No? So this was a subject of an inquiry that was conducted by the Office of the Ombudsman. I'm still getting a report, but she was invited to the office for questioning a few days ago. Again, I will get the full report to you guys as soon as I have it. However, yung mga investigators ho natin, yung mga prosecutors na kausap niya, ang observation nila ay nag-lawyer up na po si former Yusek Cabral, and there was not much information shared at the time that they conducted this inquiry or questioning. No? So, yung usapan pa kasi noon was for her to know what charges were forthcoming so that she could strategize also accordingly, which understandably so, the Office of the Ombudsman was willing to talk to her and to slowly gather information as she became more and more comfortable, no, with the setting. So we are deeply saddened, and it has caused concern for us that we learned of her sudden passing.
Sir, if you could just share with us, ano po bang mga hinaharap niya na investigasyon or mga reklamo na po dito sa Office of the Ombudsman?
Well, kasama po siya sa maraming fact-finding investigations na nangyayari dito. Lalo na po at siya po ang kausap ng maraming proponents dito sa mga projects na ito. So she was a very rich source of information with regards to who inserted certain projects which turned out to be ghost projects.
Sir, why you mentioned she lawyered up? May sinabi ba siya, may indications ba siya na willing siya mag-cooperate at the very least? Paano po ba yung pagtingin sa kanya ng Ombudsman?
Opo, ma'am. She was willing to cooperate, but of course, during the preliminary talks, gusto lang muna niyang malaman kung ano yung mga information din laban sa kanya so that her legal team could prepare. Of course, that is assuming that she was being guided also by her lawyers not to give too much information at this point, no, when she was invited for questioning or inquiry. So it would have been a process that we had to follow para po mas maging komportable siya to share and for her to express her cooperation in such a way na magagamit din namin ang mga ebidensya laban sa mga tao na meron siyang impormasyon.
Sir, meron nga po ba talagang list siya na sinasabi? Or ito po ay balita lamang, impormasyon lamang po na nakarating sa inyo?
It's information that has reached us, reports that have reached us na meron talaga siyang listahan sana na mga tao na nag-insert ng mga projects sa budget. No? So, hindi pa natin nakikita itong listahan. Now, I mean, of course, it's an unfortunate thing that this had happened, pero for those who do have access sana sa kanyang mga computers, whether personal or for work, which may contain itong mga listahan na to, we urge them to please come forward with this list and give the same to us here at the Office of the
But so
Ombudsman.
you are going to apply for a cyber warrant or a subpoena? Paano po ba yung magiging process para po makuha yung digital information?
Yes, definitely. Kailangan talaga applyan ng cyber warrant yung mga ganyan. No? These are contents that you find in a computer or a device that is subject to the rules of the application for cyber warrant. So that is definitely something that we have started to work on. Lalo na ngayon po, no, na well, we are verifying the death of the former Yusek Cabral. This would be the best time to move for the custody and preservation of the contents in her devices and gadgets.
Sir, hindi po ba makaka-apekto po sa quality of the evidence na na-turn over po sa family yung mga gadgets na yun, especially on the chain of custody?
Well, kaya tayo, that's why time is of the essence now. Kailangan po talaga natin makuha agad-agad ang mga gadgets na ito at the risk of them being altered, erased by family members or friends. And we afford all the respect and condolences to the family, the bereaved family, but there is this state interest that has to keep moving, and that is the investigation on the flood control. So we don't want to intrude into their family affairs, especially in this time of grief. Pero meron din tayong interest na kailangan nating isulong dito sa nangyari. Kaya we hope that, with all the publicity going around, all we want is to preserve the integrity of the evidence that may be in these gadgets.
Sir, may pakiusap ba kayo dun sa pamilya? Kasi pagkakataon din nila ito na tulungan yung namatay nilang kaanak.
Opo, actually,
Maliwanagan or ma-clear yung kanyang pangalan.
yes, ma'am. Actually, cooperative naman po daw ang disposition at demeanor ng mga relatives, no? And we hope that this continues because, yun na nga, we've identified former Yusek Cathy Cabral as a very central figure in all of these investigations that we are trying to do. And so their cooperation would be very helpful and valuable to us. So siguro we would like to plead with them, sana po ay tuloy-tuloy po ang pagtutulungan nyo sa mga otoridad. We also give them thanks and we appreciate that they have allowed that a DNA test as well as an autopsy be conducted on the body. Dahil ito po yung isa sa mga ginawa natin nung nasa DOJ pa tayo, we came out with the rule on automatic autopsy for suspicious deaths, which contemplated exactly this type of situation.
So kahit we-leave na po, sir, ng family, yung autopsy, ito po mag-undergo pa rin po under the DOJ rules, tama po ba?
Yes, opo. So I believe the SILG has already announced that they will be moving for the automatic autopsy based on the DOJ rules regarding suspicious deaths. So yes, tama po.
Sir, do you see yung death po ni Cabral as a big blow to the ongoing investigation given the major role that she played in all of this? Or as long as makuha natin yung mga digital evidence, wala tayong magiging?
I see a lot of opportunity as well. No, of course, there's nothing like hearing it from the horse's mouth. She could have executed affidavits that she could swear to, but the object evidence that goes along with those affidavits can still be preserved. And these are things that can stand alone in court. No? So these documents, these lists, things that she signed are still things we can use in court. Kaya pwede pa rin talaga. There's still opportunity in times of crisis like this.
Eh, o paano po doon sa pag-isampa ng kaso laban sa kanya at saka yung pagkuha ng ill-gotten wealth, paano po yung sistema?
Yes, actually, the Ombudsman has already formed a team to discuss and analyze how we can move us against the estate. Kahit po pumana ang isang tao, accountability still has to be exacted, especially when it involves public funds. No? So our hope and our goal here is to make sure that every proven amount, every cent, every peso na malaman natin na nanakaw pala at nandyan sa estate ni former Yusek Cabral, ay kailangan talaga kunin pa din at isole sa gobyerno.
Yung tanong lang po, it's been months since this investigation in flood control started, and then we're constantly looking for the proponents, which reports said na meron copy si Yusek Cabral. But don't you think, may comments po kasi na this is because of the slow investigation or yung progress, that's why like we reached kind of a dead end in getting information from her? Any comments on that?
Okay, well, first of all, I beg to disagree that the investigations are slow. In fact, if you look at all the cases that do come to the office of the Ombudsman, historically, a lot of cases have seen a slower pace because it's not very often that you have the whole government helping each other and collaborating, especially when it comes to obtaining certain documents. So I beg to differ from the assumption on that question that the investigation is slow. Now, if you're going to ask me whether this is the fastest that we can go, not yet also. We are still doing our best to make things move even faster. And a lot has happened already from the start of this investigation. I'd like to note that we've only been here for 2 months and we have already filed 2 cases. One in the Sandigan Bayan and another one in the RTC. So kinuha na po natin yung low-hanging fruits, which sa amin po, we would rather do that than wait for the big cases and nothing gets filed right away. So we attack the low-hanging fruits, but hindi po yan ibig sabihin na hindi namin in-investigate yung iba pang mga allegations, yung iba pang mga referrals ng ICI at DPWH. There is just much more difficulty when it comes to the proponents because the nature of the evidence changes. Hindi na po dokumento ang nakikita natin. Hindi na po pirma ang hinahanap natin, kundi object evidence kagaya ng CCTV, kagaya ng screenshot ng mga messages, kagaya ng call logs. Lahat po yan titignan natin dahil yung mga proponents po, yun talaga, patago yung mga ginagawa nila. So, sir, I would actually like to return the question to everybody who is saying that if you were in this position, would you have done anything different? Since this investigation is moving as fast as we can. So, yun. We are confident that when we do file cases, they will be strong cases. Hindi po kami magpa-file ng kaso na mahina pa. Lalo na kung meron pang mga information na dumarating sa amin, may mga documents na parating pa sa amin, and these investigative agencies, patuloy-tuloy pa rin silang naghahanap ng mas maraming ebidensya. Now, if we can wait for those, we will, dahil nagpapalakas yan sa mga kaso natin. Hindi po natin, ang habol po natin, hindi headline lang, hindi Instagram lang, or hindi TikTok lang. Ang hinahanap po natin ay tunay na hustisya, tunay na accountability.
Then for sample purposes lang, sir, habol lang po. Yung actions po ng Ombudsman to get yung list of proponents, at least in the latest.
Again, sorry.
Ombudsman's action to get the list of the proponents for the suspected projects.
Tuloy-tuloy po yan from the fact-finding teams that have been assigned to the various cases.
Sir, clarification lang po. Prior to her death, kasi there were recommendations na from the ICI, pero puro administrative charges lang yung against former Yusek Cabral. Pero during your investigation ba, may nakikita tayo na criminal liability din sana before her death? Kay Yusek Cabral.
Definitely. Meron talaga siya. So it was just a matter of time before we were able to file those cases. Kaya natin kinakausap na din siya so that we could see what information she also had. Kasi batay sa mga ebidensya ho natin, a lot of fingers pointed at her as well. whether she would point her finger at somebody else was something that we wanted to know. Kaya, yun na nga, it's a blow of sorts to our investigation, but there's also opportunity kasi yung mga object evidence na tatayo ng sarili niya in court, pwede pa natin kunin.
I-clear ko lang po, nung napunta dito si Yusek Cabral, sino po yung nakausap niya? And kung yung ano lang po nalalaman, yung ano po yung particular na mga na-mention niya, may pinasent pa siya, etc.
Siguro what I can say just to preserve yung integrity ng investigation natin. Obviously, I wish I could divulge everything, pero due to confidentiality purposes and to preserve yung mga leads natin, I cannot give names or specifics. Pero yung kausap po niya doon ay mga investigators from the different fact-finding bodies that are assigned to the different cases. No? So, marami po yan. I believe there was at least 5 prosecutors that she was talking to asking about different cases where she was involved.
Sir, mga gano'ng karaming cases yun na involved siya?
Actually, ma'am, yung sa kanya kasi yung sistema eh. 'Di ba? Dahil napakataas siyang opisyal ng DPWH, she worked on a systematic scale. So, a lot of the cases na nasa amin ngayon, meron talaga siyang kinalaman dahil siya ang nag-insert, siya ang naglagay sa net. Yun po yung mga allegations na laban sa kanya.
At siya yung nag-message, nagtatawag, sir, sa proponent?
Well, I guess the only public public example of that was her text message to Tito Soto, Senator Tito Soto, where she asked what project he wanted to insert into the net. Diba? So, that's already indicative of the system that she was a part of.
Sir, to clarify lang, on the criminal liability, syempre patay na po siya, hindi na po tayo pwede na seek na criminal liability from her part, but the civil forfeiture, pwede ba yun?
Yes, oo. The civil forfeiture, yung civil liability po niya will stand despite the extinguishment of her criminal liability individually.
Still on the talk, sir, did she seek protection, security? Kasi ibang witnesses po na kausap natin based on WPP. Ito po sa kay former Yusek Cabral.
It was part of the discussion po. Oo. Of course, the personal safety was something that we were ready to offer from the get-go. Dahil alam naman ho natin na yung mga information na hawak niya ay importante sa investigation namin. So this, exactly, yung nangyari ngayon is what we wanted to prevent from the very start. Which is why we were ready already to offer her yung personal safety requirement niya.
Sir, meron bang sinabi siya na she feared for her life? Meron bang ganong angulo?
Wala pa naman akong naririnig na report na may ganong fear, no, for her life. But I think the situation speaks for itself na talagang we are in dangerous territory here dahil maraming nasasangkot na malalaking tao. Okay, thank you.